Ego/Bella. You're listening to WNAHA LP 103.5 FM, New Haven, streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Follow us, and yeah.
Good morning, beautiful people. Happy Friday. We made it. Harry, does this light make me look ashy? I can't tell with this terrible lighting if I look a shun. I can't tell because it's so glaringly bright. I feel like I look ashy. You know, lighting for black folks. And I'm sitting next to a window, so I'm trying to like, I don't look ashy. All right. I don't know. Can I trust Puerto Ricans to know if I'm ashy? I don't know. You've been around enough black people, I know. But, been around enough dark-skinned Latino people to know ashy when you see it. I'm just saying. You need some lotion? I need some lotion. Are you saying I need lotion, Harry? Oh, my God. I don't have any around me. Wait. I have my bag right here. I have some. No self-respecting black woman go nowhere without some damn lotion in their handbag. Lotion and mints. I'm in the age where I gotta carry mints and lotion. Because you never know when you'll see a little ashy child somewhere. You gotta love up on them with some lotion. Well, happy Friday. Welcome to LoveBabz LoveTalk. I'm Babz Rose Ivy. We are holding Harry Droz and his family in our prayers. They lost a beloved member of their family over the last few days. And that's all I'm going to say about it. But Harry, know that we hold you and your family in our prayers. And I hope that the peace that surpasses all human understanding find you and Karen in the days, weeks, months, and years ahead. So, I just wanted to say that. The next hour, we're going to play yesterday's show with Reno, talking about the state of cannabis in Connecticut and what that looks like. And then, we talked a little bit about the ombudsman. We talked a little bit about the difference between a smoke shop and a dispensary. And it was quite illuminating because I had no idea some of these things. And I've never been in a dispensary. So I'm going to go and I definitely will go check out Kibra's space. And I didn't know so many barriers and restrictions to marketing and what have you. So interesting. And what it looks like to our neighbors on our borders who have already are leaps and bounds ahead of us in terms of inviting customers to the product. So anyway, so you'll listen to that conversation this morning at 10. Safe travels to my bestie Ife to Florida. She's got to handle some family business, and so she is going down there. She'll be back next week. And we wish her safe travels. And the weather looks like it's cooperating. So, last night I was at Schwartzman Center to hear Azza and Dway and Abdul Rahim Sands, or as we know, Ryan Sands, play last night at the Well. Oh my God, it was so, I've had 2 nights of amazing music. 2 nights of amazing music. And it's just wild that, you know, we live in a city that just gives up so much good music. So Wednesday night, you know, I was at the neighborhood music school jazz concert to celebrate the 30th anniversary of summer jazz. Uh, and then last night I was at the Well at the Schwartzman Center, which is low key a speakeasy. And the drinks were good. You know, they need a little bit more food in their offerings. You know, they need a little heavier bar food. That's all I'm gonna say. But it was good to be in the space. They jammed. Aze A is, you know, he is genius level. You see it in just the overall musicality of his work. It is genius level. It is. It is. It is. So tonight I make my way to Yale Cabaret for the first time. My first time to the Yale Cabaret. I'm delighted to go. I know it seems crazy that I've never been to the Yale Cabaret. Outrageous. But I'm going tonight. I'll tell you what I saw on Monday because I don't know what I'm seeing. I'm seeing whatever is offering tonight. I'm going to see it. So we're going. Markeisha and I and whoever else is joining us. So we'll be there, and then that's it. And then my weekend, I've got a lot to do to get ready for law school, and this weekend is critical to get myself situated and ready to hit the ground running. So that's what I'll say. But this morning I've got uh, the folks from Elm Shakespeare coming on. Rebecca Goodheart and Deshik Vansadia is coming on because they're doing Midsummer's Night Dream by way of Bollywood, baby. Deshik runs Shakespeare in India. So I can't wait to get all the 411 or the T on how these two came together and said, let's bring the Bollywood Shakespeare vibe. Because you know it's going to be, listen, I purposely wore a caftan with a lot of color because I'm already feeling the Shakespeare Bollywood vibe. And if you've not seen a Bollywood anything, you are missing, you are just missing out on one of life's great pleasures. That whole Bollywood vibe is it's infectious, it's contagious, it's happiness, it's joy. So I can't wait to sort of see Shakespeare take a turn in Bollywood. Now I've seen Nigerian turn, you know, a very African turn for Shakespeare. I've seen a Caribbean turn of Shakespeare. I've seen kind of a hood turn on Shakespeare. So I'm trying to see. I like all these different kinds of things that people sort of overlay onto Shakespeare, which lends itself. I don't know if William Shakespeare was a genius or not. I believe he was a brother, seriously, because the way that people just take over this work is amazing to me. So they're coming on now, and I am looking forward to having a wonderful conversation with them about this production and what we can expect and look forward to. Oh, I'm so going to see. It's been a minute since I've been Shakespeare in the Park, but I definitely am going to make my way to see this latest collab. Elm Shakespeare goes Bollywood. I'm here for it. I am here for it. You know, I think I was from India in another life because I love so much color and vivid and you know all of that stuff. So we'll see. All right, Harry, let the people's in the room. Let's get it. Let's get it on and pop it. Oh, are they in the room? Not yet. They're coming in the room. It's 9:15. Let's get them in the room so we can get to talking about get to talking about this. Huh. Okay. I'm just gonna omit them. I think I can. Okay. Well, we got some all kinds of folks coming into the room. All right. I think I'm gonna enjoy this cast too. Good morning. Harry, are we gonna start with some music? Uh-oh. I feel like a lot going on. Okay. All right. Well, while we work out these technical difficulties, are we good? We good? I don't hear anything. Is everybody on? Okay. Hello. Hi.
Hi. Hey, good morning.
How are you?
Hi.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I don't, we might be having some technical difficulties, but we're just going to start talking because we are here.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And Rebecca probably will jump on in any minute now, I suspect. But
Yes.
so are
She
y'all
is-
in New Haven now, or y'all wherever you are? Where are y'all?
New Haven.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, give me the correct pronunciations of your name because I don't want to mess up anybody's name.
Oh, should I go first?
Yes.
Should I change my name on the Zoom here?
It says Shakespeare Company of India, but if you tell me your name, I'll use your name.
Okay, so it's should I write in the chat? Is that easier?
Go ahead. Just say it out loud so I can
Oh,
repeat it.
so it's Deshik.
Deshik.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Deshik Vansadia.
Deshik Vansadia.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Okay. All right. And
Yeah. I'm
Nome?
Nome. Yeah. Nome Sedan.
Sidon. All right. So Shakespeare Company of India comes to Elm City Shakespeare in New Haven. How did this happen? Tell me about this collaboration.
So, Rebecca and I actually both met very briefly at Shakespeare and Company in Massachusetts. So we both, have treated that place like almost like Mecca.
I was just going to say the Mecca of Shakespeare, right?
Mecca of Shakespeare. Yes. Rebecca and I both would like to call it the mothership sometimes. Oh, she's here.
Yes, good morning. Good morning, Rebecca Goodheart. Unmute yourself. Everybody unmute themselves if they want.
Hello.
Good morning. Welcome back.
Yeah. Hi, Babs. I assume you have now met Nome and Desh.
Yes. I just was getting a lesson on how to pronounce names, which was wonderful.
And how are you this morning?
I'm good. I was talking about this in my first hour. I was so excited. Well, in the first few minutes before y'all came on, I was like excited because I want to know how did this collab come together? Because I've seen Shakespeare done in all kinds of ways. I've not seen it get the Bollywood treatment. I've seen it get the Nigerian treatment. I've seen it get the Caribbean treatment, but I've not seen the Bollywood treatment. And I dressed up because I knew
Oh, yes.
spirit of Bollywood. So tell me about this collab.
Desh, why don't you go for it?
So I was here directing Measure for Measure for Elm Shakespeare Company. So I was in this very house, Rebecca's house, and we were just bouncing ideas about Midsummer. What to do with the fairy world, how do we make it different from other Midsummers, how do we make it fresh, original. And then I just ended up sharing some ideas. So what if we drew influence from Hindu mythology and use that influence for the fairy kingdom, the king and queen and other creatures of the land. And Rebecca really, really liked the idea. And then we started. So by this point, we had established how similar we are, uh, how 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 we think the same way. We have the same, respect and regard for the text. We feel like we come from the same place, which is Shakespeare and Company, and we run very similar companies um, in very different parts of the world. So I was taken aback by this very, very kind invitation because I was only suggesting ideas. I was like, oh, maybe yeah, if you like the ideas, if the team is on board, you can do it this way. And to my very big surprise, Rebecca said, "Do you want to do it with me?" So that's how we ended up collaborating.
Well, and
I
we've
love
been
it.
wanting to do, with Elm Shakespeare, our point is to bring people together through Shakespeare, right? That's the whole goal. And there is a large community, South Asian community in New Haven that we have not actually had a chance to engage with yet. And we originally were going to be working, we had been talking about working with Iris, and then in January they've got bigger fish to fry than working on play for the summer. And so I was casting about and I was looking at, I was actually looking at Nigerian folk tales, and we were looking at Ethiopian folk tales, and so I had this idea of speaking to a part of the community we had not actually been able to speak to before. And Desh was here and visiting from India, and we wanted him. We knew he was going to be a visiting artist for the season, and it just seemed like we've wanted to work together forever. So this seemed like the perfect opportunity, and the play is so much fun, and there's so much magic and dancing and love involved in the play that it really does fit with this kind of a collaboration. So
I love this is perfect. So Nome, what is your role? What is your position in this whole fun piece of collaboratory work?
I play Theseus, who is the kind of Duke of Athens, and I also play Oberon, who is like the king of the forest. Yeah, and we're telling this story with an incredible cast and incredible directors and full team, and it truly is a joy. I mean, to do this in New Haven. Throughout the
Mm-hmm.
time I've been here, I was a student here at the U.S. School of Drama. This is the first time I'm getting to experience such a um, collaborative, integrating source of Shakespeare. So I'm incredibly grateful.
Oh, I'm looking forward to it. So does it feel like, giving it a Bollywood turn, does it still feel familiar to you?
I mean, I would say it feels more familiar to me because I grew up in Nigeria, so it's like Nigeria, Nollywood, which is Nigerian Hollywood, and Bollywood
Yes.
are very similar.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, oh, you talk, you talk, you talk, and then you dance. I'm like, okay, that's back home. I'm like, yeah, it's not much different. But also, I think it's a great. I mean, besides all the light, color, and dance, often people of color have felt excluded from Shakespeare for so long. Um, and this is a great sense of. I hope that when people come see this, you can hear that the words, as well as the story, are not the things that alienate us from Shakespeare.
Mm.
Because the words and the story are universal. I mean, our play talks about four individuals who find themselves trying to figure out who is right for them to marry, who is the right person. And I think, regardless of culture, those stories stand the test of time if you're French, if you're American, if you're Indian, or if you're Nigerian. And
Mm.
so, with all the color and light and dancing, it really does. We really do hope to invite everyone who has felt otherized to come see this and say, you too can take Shakespeare and run the gamut with it, because at that time in Shakespeare's time, he was writing for everyone that he knew. So, but it wasn't like everyone that was his was just his inner circle. It was everyone he knew, which is the world. So
I
that's
love
my
it.
goal.
So Deshik, when you are doing Shakespeare in India, what does it look like? I mean, does it have an Indian influence? Do you have to lean into the Indian influence, or do you sort of change it up and make it feel something other than your culture represents?
So we are a company who loves doing the original text of Shakespeare. And we have done it enough to know that the words actually don't need any help. We have done a very bare minimum Shakespeare, very black box, very simple costumes in India. So when a culture comes to the play, that's because I'm directing it and I am an artist who have lived in India and in US. I do have that spiritual combination within me. So it comes naturally to me to see the play in certain way. But that doesn't mean that Shakespeare needs, help because it is happening in India. Like we have our first major production that we had done, which is kind of put us on a map, and things got easier after that. Was Taming of the Shrew, and that was actually, I mean, and one would imagine that if you were doing that play, it would be heavily culturally integrated. But that was our first production, and I wasn't ready to integrate culture with the play yet. I wasn't qualified yet. So we had done it in a very simple way, leaning entirely on the text, and the play really, really worked. But yes, I think I naturally see the world um, in that way, where the culture and the story have to come together. Sometimes it doesn't make sense to put the culture onto the play for me as a director, because I feel that, like if I were to do Hamlet, I don't think the play needs to be set anywhere in a strong way. It doesn't need a strong adaptation. I think we let it be. We hear the words, we let it be. And sometimes I feel very strongly, like I did Romeo and Juliet for Southwest Shakespeare Company, and I did it 6 years after the partition of India and Pakistan. And I grew up with that tension. We still deal with that tension of Hindus and Muslims, and I couldn't see the play any other way. It had to be this way. So it does go production to production. It varies.
Hmm. So, Rebecca, you're coming off Women of Shakespeare,
Yeah.
which I heard was phenomenal. And now you've got this, which in my mind, if I'm thinking Bollywood, I'm thinking big, bright, beautiful color, the whole thing. Like I'm thinking that. How do you pull this off? Like how do you do this? And do you make it larger than life because it's in Elm Shakespeare? Do you know what I mean? Like it's old hat maybe in India, but if it comes here, it's got to be, bigger than life.
Well, we're so lucky. We have an incredible team, Jamie Burnett, who
Love Jamie Burnett, the lighting. Yes.
yes. Well, Jamie is the last standing founding member of Elm Shakespeare. He has been with us for all 30 years, and
Wow.
he used to do both sets and lights. And so he came and said, "Well, what if I did the set this year as well?" So we've taken our Playhouse stage, which people have come to know, and we've mixed it up a little bit to make it feel even more outdoors and less architectural. And I don't want to, spoiler alert, but I will intimate that we use a tree, that we are literally have actors up in a tree, and it is the most beautiful, spectacular lighting and color, and the set is truly magical. I think the actors, I'd love to hear what Nomi has to say. I think it feels a little bit like a playground. Do you know,
Yeah.
to run all around and such. And Heidi Hansen has done amazing costumes. So it's super bright. It's super colorful. Jamie's lit the trees. So yeah, it is larger than life in Elm style. And Nomi, I don't know, how do you feel about, what you're wearing and how you're
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, like, this play does so much, talk so much about, you have characters who basically grow from the ground. You have characters whose essence comes from the earth. And so then to have a set that literally looks like it's from the roots of the earth coming up into the sky is incredible. It's like a Disney fairy tale. And for some reason, these folks at Elm Shakespeare have created a Disney fairy tale with both the set and the costumes, and I think of it like the Pride Rock and Lion King. It is as phenomenal.
Wow.
So I think everyone should be incredibly excited.
Wow.
And Nathan Roberts is doing what he does with music and the whole cast. I mean, Nathan and Desh have been working really closely, and creating a soundscape. So the mechanicals are more sort of a 1960s Bollywood. They have this really old, fun jazz feel, and then there's this classical Titania's lullaby. She gets wrapped up in these 20-foot silks to this lovely, most beautiful singing. Nathan Roberts has just done the most incredible job shaping and creating a feast for the ears the same way that it looks like for the eyes. So it is, I think, I think our neighbors, we always worry a little bit because we rehearse every day in the park, and that sound can be loud for our neighbors. And I think they've been enjoying it. I think they've been dancing in their own house, right? Because it's such fun music.
All right, tell me about the size of this cast. You have a big cast?
18 people. Yes, we
Woo!
do.
That's pretty big.
We have people from all over. We have a really deep connection now with the David Geffen School of Drama, Yale. And so we have 3 of our young lovers are students there. We have a couple of graduates, Nome and Christina Robinson, who is just amazing. People will remember her. She was in Bad Cinderella on Broadway, and many men, was just recently at Yale Rep. Amazing actress. And then we have 2 professors, too. Midori Nakamura, who's an incredible artist. People remember she played Margaret, the old crazy queen last year in Richard, and just incredible, and Walton Wilson. So and then we have a group of incredibly talented young high school and college students who are our apprentice company, and that is something that helps with our educational mission. And they are absolutely integrated into the company, and they're just doing a great work. And the professional actors are mentors for them, and so it's a lovely, very large company.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right. So when does it start? What's the opening night? When can we see it? And how long is it running? And what time? And tell us
All
where.
the details.
I know it's in Egerton Park.
Yeah, Edgerton Park, which is, as you know, right at Cliff and Whitney, and it starts every night at 7:30. The live music starts, and then the play starts at 8 p.m. And our first performance is August 14th, and we go through Labor Day weekend. Sunday the 31st is our closing. Every day but Monday, and of course it's free, so no one is ever charged. If you can make a donation, we certainly appreciate it. And you can bring your own chair, bring a picnic. The picnic game is strong in the park.
Girl, I know that picnic game is strong in the park, because I've gone a couple of times and I've seen people with setups like, whoa, this is outside dining.
Yeah. Well, there are the 2 kinds. There's the people with tablecloths and flowers, and then there's the pizza, right? There are 2 very distinct picnicking experiences.
So Deshik, tell me your favorite thing about this particular production.
Oh, I think my favorite thing is the way I see the play is that it runs into a huge conflict, and then magic takes care of that conflict in the play.
Oh, I
And
wish that
what
was our real life.
Yeah, and I think, but it is real life, where I come from, because things get resolved over festivals when we sing and dance. Things get resolved over holidays and weddings and funerals and these rituals. So I think that's my favorite part, that we have been able to map that magic that resolves things with dance and music. So that is the storytelling. I think sometimes people, when think of Bollywood, they think that, when how does that work? How does that song and the dance weave with the story? But it peaks at a place where you need to sing it out. You need to dance it out. You've tried with the dialogue, you've tried with other things, but now you need to do this to get to the next level. So, and we got very, very lucky that we have some amazing actors, like one over here, right here, who are such good movers, and they have taken to the music so beautifully. I mean, Nome is an exception because he was listening to Indian songs, and I was like, "What? Like you were doing research?" And he said, "No, that's been my playlist before I even knew you." I was like, "What? What?"
I love it.
So we got very lucky.
Well, it's not, as Nomi had said, it's not dissimilar. Afro beats and
Oh yeah.
diasporic music
Mhm.
is very connected.
Very
So,
much
Nomi,
so.
what was your favorite part of this production so far?
I mean, where do I begin? But I would say I'll dial it down to these two folks right here, Rebecca and Dej. I think, like, to be in a you Shakespeare is a battlefield in multiple countries. It is There is so much baggage that comes with it. There is so much identity politics. There is so much exclusion and inclusion, and truly, it's a battle for to see who has. There seems to be a who has the right to do it, who doesn't have the right to do it. And to have both Rebecca and Dej sit in a room and say, we are coming together to create this hybrid, international, but also very specific world that includes everyone and base it in this community and see them collaborate together and create this incredible, like, colorful, musical, and specific world really is one of the most inspiring things I think I'm taking away because is then like because I think to myself, well, okay, I can champion that next time I'm creating something, or some little black or brown kid somewhere can champion that next time they're creating something. That if you just if you dream it and you believe it, oh my God, I can't believe I'm quoting the song. You can achieve it. But I think that's where I'll end it
Hey,
there.
it's very fitting. It's very fitting to our production.
So,
Yeah.
so Rebecca, talk to me. Listen, this is a business, and you got to raise money, and we are in a very difficult economic political climate that does not lend itself to the arts. How are y'all? How's Elm Shakespeare and all of y'all weathering this particular American climate with the work that y'all are trying to do and continue to do and want to do?
We are blessed to be in a community that buffers us a bit from the insanity and the difficulty. That people have really stepped up and reached out, and that we only exist by the support of our entire community. That said, we had some real there. It's a hard climate to raise money in, um, and so every dime, every nickel matters. And what I think it comes down to, you keep doing the work that actually serves your community and that matters. And if we do really amazing, if we double down on what Nome was talking about, if we double down on including everybody and bringing amazing artists together and giving them, because I will say this huge cast, so many people are working for less than they would be working anywhere else, right? They are out of the goodness. Now, we are a professional theater. We do, we pay union wages, but these are our artists are coming from Broadway. They're coming from major stages, and they're coming here because they want to do this work in this community. And so we're lucky. We're lucky with the artists that are so generous with their talent and their time. We are lucky with our local community, who are stepping up and filling in the gaps that the larger national community is changing and becoming a little more hostile, to artists. It is a very difficult time to be an artist, but our job, why we are important, why we are a nonprofit, is that we serve our community, that we are a voice and a refuge and a place of healing and of positive energy in a world that can be really, really difficult. So we hope that as people come, they will continue. I have absolute faith that our community will continue to make us whole and that we'll be able to keep doing what we're doing. We had the largest educational coterie this year that we've ever had. And we were able to continue our commitment that no child is ever turned away for financial reasons, that we gave out over $12,000 in scholarships this summer alone. And, we just keep doing what we know is right and good for our community, and the rest will follow.
So Nomi and Deshik, what's your worldview these days of where art is and how art is being received or amped up or snatched or whatever you were seeing? What are you seeing?
I'll let Nomi go first so I get a little time to think about this.
Okay. Oh Lord, that's a huge question. I mean, I think okay. The current administration can try and try and try. But at the end of the day, what does art stand for? Art is a means to give people hope. My mother always says, and I think I don't know if she took this from someone, so I'm not saying she created this statement, but like the way to like crush a group of people is to take away the hope, take away their ability to dream and dream of a better future. So in that vein, no matter what happens as we go on with time, I personally believe that art is going to continue. Now, we might move from a massive theater into like, we're in the parking lot and it's like all of us get in our cars and we're all watching because the cars now are at the boundaries of the theater. But like, that again, we'll move from the parking lot to like an amphitheater in like 20 years. This is how humans fluctuate over time. If a little boy or a little girl or a little thing can like be in their room with like action figures and like create a story, we're gonna be fine. I have no worries about I have multiple worries about the future, but I think we as a society, we as a group of people, we all right.
I like that. That's a good thought right there. As long as some little kid is playing with their action figures and telling a story, then that's the ripple on the pond.
Yeah.
I like that. All right, Deshik?
I have two thoughts. One is, I think it's a huge reflection on the government if they bring the hammer down on the artists. Because why are they afraid? What are they afraid of? how many times do we think that the government was overthrown by a bunch of artists? Almost never, you know. And yet, we are the most harmless community, and yet if we are in the crosshair, what does that say about the government? If they have so much to be afraid of, that means they have done so much wrong, and they are so wrong for the society. So I think people need to take that into account next time they support or vote. And the flip side of that bad governance is that when you cater to 7%, which is the uber rich of the world, they are tech billionaires. If you don't have a comment or control on the tech billionaires, then AI is going to get bigger and better and stronger, and people are going to lose their jobs. And the world is not going to get better because of the use of AI, but it's going to get cheaper. And that's going to benefit those 7%. It's not going to benefit the world. So, we mentioned Nathan, who I've enjoyed so much working with. And we were working on something, and I said, can we try this or that? And he produced it in 30 seconds. And I said, is that AI? Because I know that a human will take longer. It would be a laborious work to do that. And he said, yeah, the software did it. And I don't know if I'll have a job in a few years. And Mark Zuckerberg has made a statement that 70% of the tech community is going to lose their job. And I mean, artists, it's already the most fearful word for artists is rent. And if it's going to get worse, it's because the rich are not going to mind. They're not going to think about the world. It's the government who's been paid to think about the world.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. So I wanted to ask that question because we can't get around talking about the influence of the state of affairs on the arts community. I'm in the arts community, as you all are. And so we feel the effects of it. But I think you're right, Rebecca. We live in a community that really tries to buffer and support and protect artists and artistry in our community. I don't know what they do in Mississippi or Arkansas or Texas, but I know in Connecticut there is a group of people, and there are bodies of people who think that the arts is germane to their life. So we get to see Elm Shakespeare do Midsummer's Night Dream in a Bollywood style in a park, in a beautiful park in the summer for several weeks.
Well, and we were thinking, the arts, what do we want to say, right? And there's many ways and many kinds of art that can serve our world. And we made a decision this year that what our community both wants and really needs is a chance to come together to laugh and dance and sing. And the word refuge keeps coming up for me. And that, during COVID, Elm Shakespeare became a refuge online. And we had all of these kids who were in their houses and they were working, and we figured things out and how to connect online. Now, coming into a park, gathering with your neighbors, some of whom you know and some of whom you don't know, some of whom may have very different political views, some of whom may look different or sound different than you, and sharing that space in the park, laughing and singing and dancing makes it a little easier the next day when you see people on the street to smile and nod, and it is a way, I hope, that we come together and we can start figuring out how we get to the other side of some of the contentiousness in our world. So I think that's what we can contribute, is a place for artists to come and do their very best work, and artists from all over the world do their very best work, and then bring people from all over our community to come and enjoy, and we all spend time together. I think
I love
that's
it.
important.
So, Midsummer's Night Dream is this year's Elm Shakespeare production, and it is running from August 14th through Labor Day, through just past Labor Day, every night except Monday.
That's
And
it.
is Saturday and Sunday the same time too, or is it
Everything is the same time. We have live music that starts at 7:30, so you have some music to picnic by, and then our play begins at 8, and it's everyone's done at 10. Can go home.
Wow, this is great. I haven't been in quite some time, but I'm very much looking forward to this particular production because I'm such a Bollywood junkie. And so to see it, I saw Shakespeare in the Park in New York, and they gave it I want to say it was a Nigerian, the Merry Wives, and they gave it a Nigerian. They get the Merry Wives.
Yeah, the African Merry Wives of Windsor. Yeah.
Yes, and that was so damn well done. I thought Shakespeare I don't think he had any idea how transformative and how across lines these plays really, 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 really are.
I mean, if you like Merry Wives of Windsor, wait till you see this. So yeah, ready.
Wear some loose clothing so you can shake a leg.
Oh, listen, I get my caftan laid out. I'm going to be so ready for the music, for the color, for the story and everything. So I'm so glad that y'all could come on this morning and talk about this because I think this is going to be such fun. And we need a little fun. We need a little departure of what is happening around us and in community around us. So this will give people some real joy.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us. We just love you.
I can't wait to see it. Maybe I'll see it a couple of times. We'll see.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because if you see it one time, you'll miss something.
You got to see it twice. Yeah.
Yeah. See it twice. So it's like, oh, I didn't see that the first time. So yeah. Well, thank y'all. Enjoy your getting ready for your opening night and everything leading up to that. And break a leg. Have a good time. And thank you, Rebecca Goodheart, for bringing such wonderful Shakespearean experience to us.
Well, thank you.
Nice to meet you, Nomade. Nice to meet you, Shay.
Thank you so much. Thanks for
I'll
having
see you
us.
out there.
Yes.
See you out there. All right.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. The next hour, Harry, we're going to play the conversation I had about the state of cannabis. And I hope you all enjoy that. It's a very interesting conversation I had with Reno from Infinity Growers. And so stay tuned for that. And y'all have a good weekend. I will be back on Monday. And I'm looking forward to the weekend. Enjoy the day.